Why did Jungkook's father break down in tears as the judge delivered the verdict? What could have possibly moved a man, known for his stoic demeanor, to such a display of raw emotion? And what does this mean for Jungkook, who stood silently by his father's side, his arms wrapped protectively around him? These questions gripped the courtroom and the millions who followed the case as one of the most significant moments of Jungkook's military service unfolded. The tension in the courtroom was palpable. The air felt heavy with anticipation, each second stretching into an eternity. As the judge entered, the room fell silent, save for the rustling of papers and the soft hum of whispers from those seated in the gallery. Jungkook, dressed impeccably in his military uniform, sat beside his father, his expression a mix of composure and unease. His father, who had remained largely out of the spotlight throughout this ordeal, clutched a small handkerchief, his knuckles white as he gripped it tightly. The trial had been a long and arduous journey, a harrowing experience not just for Jungkook, but for his entire family. What started as whispers of bullying in the military ranks had spiraled into a full-blown investigation, pulling Jungkook into the eye of a storm he had never anticipated. Yet, through it all, he had remained steadfast, choosing to confront the issue head-on rather than retreat into silence. As the judge began to read the verdict, the room collectively held its breath. The two senior soldiers accused of bullying Jungkook sat a few feet away, their faces pale and their eyes darting nervously. This moment would determine their fate, but it was also a defining moment for the military, Jungkook, and the countless individuals who had followed the case with bated breath. The judge's voice echoed through the courtroom, deliberate and measured. He outlined the charges, the evidence, and the testimonies that had painted a damning picture of the accused. The tension in the room grew with each word, and Jungkook's father's grip on his handkerchief tightened. When the judge finally announced the verdict, guilty, there was an audible gasp from the gallery. The punishment was severe, reflecting the gravity of the offense and the message the military sought to send about such behavior. It was in this moment, as the weight of the verdict sank in, that Jungkook's father broke down. Tears streamed down his face, his composure unraveling as years of suppressed emotion surfaced all at once. For a man who had always been a pillar of strength for his family, this public display of vulnerability was as shocking as it was moving. Jungkook immediately leaned over, wrapping his arms around his father in a gesture of support and solidarity. The sight of the global superstar comforting his father was a poignant reminder of the humanity that lay beneath the fame and the headlines. Reporters in the courtroom scrambled to capture the moment, their cameras clicking furiously as they documented what would undoubtedly become one of the defining images of the case. The embrace between Jungkook and his father was not just a personal moment, it was a symbol of resilience, love, and the triumph of justice. Outside the courtroom, fans and supporters gathered in droves, many of them holding signs of encouragement for Jungkook. News of the verdict spread like wildfire, sparking conversations about bullying, accountability, and the emotional toll such experiences can take on individuals and their families. For Jungkook's fans, the moment was bittersweet. While they celebrated the justice that had been served, they also felt a deep empathy for the pain Jungkook and his family had endured. In interviews conducted after the trial, Jungkook's father spoke candidly about his emotions. "As a parent, you always want to protect your child from harm," he said, his voice still tinged with the emotion of the day. Knowing what Jungkook went through, the pain he endured, it's something no parent wants for their child. Today, seeing justice served, I felt a mix of relief, pride, and overwhelming emotion. Jungkook, for his part, remained characteristically humble in the face of the overwhelming attention. "This isn't just about me," he said in a brief statement to the press. "It's about creating a safer, more respectful environment for everyone. I hope this serves as a reminder that no one should have to endure what I went through." The military, which had faced intense scrutiny throughout the trial, also issued a statement. They acknowledged the systemic issues that had allowed such behavior to persist and vowed to implement reforms to prevent similar incidents in the future. While skeptics questioned the sincerity of these promises, others saw the trial as a turning point, a moment when the military was forced to confront its shortcomings in a very public way. The verdict and its aftermath marked the culmination of a journey that had tested Jungkook in ways few could imagine. Yet, through it all, he had remained true to himself, displaying a strength and grace that inspired millions. The image of him embracing his father in the courtroom would remain etched in the collective memory, a powerful testament to the bond between parent and child and the resilience of the human spirit. A.S. Jungkook and his father left the courtroom that day. Flanked by supporters and well-wishers, there was a sense of closure. The journey had been long and painful, but it had also been transformative. For Jungkook, the experience had reaffirmed his belief in justice and the importance of speaking out against wrongdoing. For his father, it was a reminder of the power of love and support in the face of adversity. The world watched as they walked away, their heads held high. And as the cameras captured their every move, one thing was clear. This was not the end of Jungkook's story, but rather the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by resilience, courage, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. The story of Jungkook and his father walking out of the courtroom together resonated far beyond the confines of the legal proceedings. It became a symbol of the power of family and community to weather even the harshest storms. The media coverage didn't just stop at the verdict. It delved deeper into the emotional layers of the trial and what it represented for countless individuals who had faced similar struggles but lacked the platform to voice them. In the days following the verdict, the military announced that they would initiate a comprehensive review of their training and socialization programs. High-ranking officials admitted that the case had been a wake-up call, forcing them to confront the culture of hazing and bullying that had long been an open secret. Public forums erupted with discussions on how these systemic issues had persisted for so long and what steps could be taken to ensure lasting change. Jungkook, however, chose a quieter path in the immediate aftermath. He refrained from making extensive public appearances or giving in-depth interviews, instead focusing on time with his family. Sources close to him revealed that he was using the time to reflect, regroup, and focus on the next steps in his military service and career. His fans respected his need for privacy, though they eagerly awaited any updates. His father, now a reluctant public figure, shared his thoughts during an interview with a major news outlet. "Jungkook has always been a strong boy," he said, his voice steady but tinged with emotion. But seeing him navigate this situation with such grace and strength, words cannot express how proud I am. As a parent, my job is to support him, to be his foundation, and to remind him that he is never alone. The image of Jungkook embracing his father continued to dominate headlines, appearing on the covers of magazines and trending across social media platforms. Fans created art, videos, and messages inspired by the moment, emphasizing themes of love, resilience, and justice. Hashtags like #JusticeForJungkook and #StrongerTogether trended globally, turning the trial's outcome into a rallying cry for broader social change.